This episode is sponsored by Therese at Small Business Collaborative. One of the biggest challenges that product-based business owners often face is pricing their products right, and that is even more important if you're looking to start wholesaling your products. Right now, listeners can access a free product pricing masterclass. This masterclass will help you set the right prices to maximize profits and appeal to retail buyers. You can sign up for the free pricing masterclass using the link in the show notes. And if you want even more help, Therese's Start to Wholesale course is designed to help you confidently break into the wholesale market. From pricing to how to create your first wholesale catalogue, this course covers everything you need to know to get your products into retailers. Don't miss this opportunity to take your business to the next level with expert guidance from Therese at Small Business Collaborative.
Welcome to the Bring Your Product Idea to Life podcast. This is the podcast for you if you're getting started selling products or if you'd like to create your own product to sell. I'm Vicky Weinberg, a product creation coach and Amazon expert. Every week I share friendly, practical advice as well as inspirational stories from small businesses. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to my second standalone Amazon mini episode. And today we're going to talk all about the cost of selling on Amazon and things to consider. This is just an overview, but I will link to a really useful tool to help you a bit further. And I'll talk about this right up front. There's something called the Amazon FBA revenue calculator. They're not sponsoring this episode or anything like that. It's just a really useful tool. It's been around for a long time. Looks kind of basic, but it's really good because you can use this tool to check and compare the estimated costs and revenue for products you might want to sell on Amazon. And you can enter your expected sales volumes, the amount of stock you might want to send into FBA, and you can compare the fees and how profitable it might be to sell on Amazon using different fulfillment methods. So I think it's a really, really useful tool, and I'm going to link directly to that in the show notes. And I also have a video I've published on YouTube showing how to use this tool. It is pretty straightforward, but the video is really short, so that might help you out. And again, I will link to that in the show notes for this episode, which is a good reminder that all of these episodes are on YouTube. So if you're just listening to me now, you could be watching me if you want to. So head over to YouTube. There is loads and loads of content on there. So let's talk about what it costs to sell your product on Amazon. So the first thing is, when you want to sell your products on Amazon, you set up an Amazon Seller Central account. And there are two types of account you can set up. So the first one is the professional account. Let's take that one first. So professional Amazon selling account costs £25 plus VAT per month. So that's £30 in total. And that just gets you selling on Amazon. There is also a free account, and that is capped at 35 sales per month. And you are charged 75p per sale if you use the free account, plus the referral fee, which we'll talk about in a moment. So you don't pay for having the account. However, the way your account works, if you have the free versus the professional, is different. And I am actually going to do a whole episode about plans and which one to choose, because I think it's worth you knowing the difference between the two and working out which is best for you. So I mentioned a moment ago the referral fee. So first of all, you have a fee or not for having an Amazon account. You could then, under that account, you set up your products, set up as many listings as you like. You don't pay to have listings on Amazon, but as soon as you start selling, you start paying. So a referral fee is, the best way to explain this is, for every item you sell on Amazon, you will pay Amazon a percentage of the total price of that sale. So this includes the item price, the shipping cost, and any gift wrapping charges. So you will pay a percentage of that. Now, referral fees are in addition to your selling plan fees. So you might have, as I say, let's say you're using a professional account, so you pay £30 a month for that fee. And then you sell an item on Amazon and you are going to pay them a percentage of the total cost of that order. So that's the item plus shipping cost plus gift wrapping if a customer chooses that. And the referral fees vary depending on the category, and they're between 5% and 15%. Some categories also have an additional 50p closing fee, but this is mainly software, video games, stuff like that, and not physical products. So that shouldn't apply to you. To find out what the fee will be for the category you want to sell in, this is all on the Amazon website. You can go and take a look. And also, if you decide to use a revenue calculator, it will work that out for you. So that's the first thing. Next, it will depend on whether you're using FBA, so Fulfilled by Amazon, or FBM. If you're using FBA, so Fulfilled by Amazon, where you send your stock into Amazon for them to store it and dispatch to customers on your behalf, you will pay a fee for this. But you only pay for services you use, I should say. So when you sign up for FBA, there's no additional subscription fee. There's no contract. So you could decide to use FBA for a while and then stop. There's no minimum inventory requirements, which is really important, because when I do my episode specifically about FBA or FBM, I will share my thoughts there about maybe not sending loads and loads of stock into Amazon, but we'll save that for another episode. So what happens is you decide you're going to use FBA. For example, you're going to ship your products to an Amazon fulfillment center, which we'll go into more detail in a future episode. And then you're going to pay for the services and the storage space you actually used. So how that fulfillment fee is made up, and Amazon do break this down for you, is a fee based on the product type, the dimensions and weight, and this is a set fee. So for every product that you list on Amazon in your inventory, if you're using FBA, once you've told Amazon, you should have told them the product type when you set it up. Once you've told them the dimensions and weight of that individual product, they will show you in your inventory an estimate of what you'll be paying to store and ship that product per sale. So you will also pay a storage fee, which is per cubic foot per month. And the volume is based on when the product is packaged, ready to ship out to customers. That is how much physical space your products in their packaging are taking up on a shelf, and you pay per cubic foot. To give you an idea, so standard size items, most of them are around 76 pence per cubic foot per month, and that's from January to September. Because in Q4, storing stuff in an Amazon warehouse gets more expensive because it's busier, and a standard size item is £1.19 per cubic foot per month. So hopefully that helps. So it's a set shipping fee and the set storage fee, and you'll be able to see all of this in your inventory. Now, there are different fees for shipping and storing oversized products, hazmat products, shoes and clothes come under a different fee category, not sure why actually. And the best way to find out the fees for your selling your product on Amazon is using the calculator I mentioned earlier. Like I say, not sponsored by this calculator, but it is a really useful tool and it's free, so why not? Okay, so let's say you're not using FBA, then of course you've got to take into account your own fulfillment costs and how much it's going to cost you to store and ship. Well, store if appropriate. Maybe you're not paying for storage, maybe you are, but you need to think about your own fulfillment costs as well. If you are selling your products on Amazon and you're using a professional plan, so this is the one where you pay £30 inclusive of VAT a month, you can set your own shipping rates. So if you want to charge customers for shipping on Amazon, you can do, and you decide what the shipping costs will be. If you are using the Amazon individual plan, Amazon will set the shipping rate for all products. So they will tell you what you have to charge the customer for shipping. They won't tell you what you have to charge. They will charge the customer that for shipping. So if you're using the free account, it's really important to price your products in a way to make sure you're actually going to earn a profit from it. And if you are setting your own shipping rates, do remember as well that when Amazon charge you the fee per sale, they're taking the shipping cost into consideration as well. So when they're working out that referral fee, it's product price and the shipping price on top. So just make sure you're factoring that into your calculations. And as I say, and I promise this is the last time I say it, if you're using the fee calculator, it works all of this out for you. And then there are other things you might pay for when you're selling on Amazon, as if that wasn't enough. Actually, I say that it's not actually that much. It's I guess it is kind of standard fees you'd pay for in any marketplace, but it isn't perhaps as straightforward as some other marketplaces. And hopefully I'm doing a good job of breaking it down and making it fairly simple. But other things you might want to think about is long-term storage. So I mentioned earlier, I don't think you should necessarily send loads of stock into Amazon. Certainly not unless you're pretty confident it's going to sell through pretty quickly, because after a certain amount of time, you're going to start paying long-term storage fees. So that's obviously going to add to your costs. If you decide that actually you've got too much stock in a warehouse and you need for it to be returned, you have to set up what's called a removal order and you'll pay for that. You also will pay a little bit of an admin fee if Amazon processes a refund for you. If you decide to do any advertising on Amazon, you'll have advertising costs. If you use Amazon Vine to get reviews, there's fees for that. If you use Amazon promotions, they're free. But of course, if you're running a promotion, that's a bit less money that you're taking. So it is a cost. So these are all things that you need to think about. I know this is a lot, but hopefully it just gives you a bit of an overview and just a bit more knowledge really about all of the things to consider. And as I say, and I said it was going to be the last time, this really is the last time. If you're unsure about any of this, have a look at the fee calculator. And if you're still unsure about this, let me know. If you want any help, that's what I'm here for. I really hope you've enjoyed this extra episode. And next week, we're going to talk all about FBA and FBM. So what does that mean? Which one should you use? What are the pros and cons of each? We're going to go deep into that. So I will really look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you so much for listening right to the end of this episode. Do remember that you can get the full back catalogue and lots of free resources on my website, vickyweinberg.com. Please do remember to rate and review this episode if you've enjoyed it, and also share it with a friend who you think might find it useful. Thank you again, and see you next week. Hi, this is just a little note to say if you've enjoyed this episode, or indeed any of the episodes, and you would like to, I don't know, buy me a coffee or something, you can actually now leave tips. So there's a link to how to do this in the show note. Of course, do not feel obliged to do this. This is a free podcast. This will always be a free podcast. But as I say, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that via the link in the show notes.